What's up, everybody? Ray Big Country coming here from the pit. We just get the truck unloaded from a long weekend. A great weekend, in my opinion. First and foremost, I got to give grace and glory to God for all the help that He sent my way and provided for this event. A lot of things went into this event to make it happen. A lot of people went unnoticed. A lot of people stepped up. I'm going to try to acknowledge all those people right now. If I missed anybody, I'm truly, truly sorry. But before we do that, we had an injury at the event. Dino Muslik tore his bicep. So first and foremost, prayers out to Dino and his family. Dino, we wish you a speedy recovery, brother. And if there's anything I can do and if I can help, I'll be glad to help you. Dino's a warrior, didn't flinch, stayed true, went to the urgent care and found out that he tore his bicep. So again, all prayers. I ask everybody to reach out to Dino and wish him get well and send prayers for his recovery. So to the people who helped make this event happen, first and foremost, I want to thank Castle Rock Ranch, LLC, for not only hosting the event, but sponsoring the cash payouts, for having great food, great service, and they paid great attention to everybody who showed up. So a huge thank you to Nicole Jones, Cody Lundgren, Mark Lundgren, Carolyn Lundgren, Kenny, and all the staff at Castle Rock Ranch LLC. You guys are top notch. Thank you so very much. To John and Holly Bergeson, the owners of Mad Tuna Fishing and Epic Engineering. Thank you guys so much for your help, for your $2,000 sponsorship that put cash in every single winner's hands of their super matches and put cash in the Queen of the Table and the men's pro overall. At the end of the event, John was so pleased with the event, he came up to me and told me he's going to double his sponsorship next year. Thank you so much for believing in me, John and Holly. You guys rock. You mean so much to me. To Ryan Grondin, where this all started, 98% Arm Wrestling. Thank you so much for believing in me and putting on this event and flying all the way out from Pennsylvania to be a part of it, brother. It wouldn't have been the same without you. Thank you so very much. Billy Ortegas has his own league, Texas Arm Wrestling League, and I hope I can build 98 American Southwest to the standards that he has built, TAL. Billy is an amazing man. I got to meet him for the first time this weekend. I got nothing but compliments about his officiating, how fair he was, how on top of everything he was. So Billy, thank you so much, brother, for taking time out of your busy schedule with your own league to come out and help me with mine. Of course, we got Sean Hancock. Prayers to Sean and his family. Hopefully he's resting and recovering well. The AUA is a standard that we at 98% must follow. We're a part of it. So we try to follow everything that they have laid out as far as standards. Thank you for your support. A huge thank you to Nathan McCallan and his entire family. Not only did Nathan sponsor money to increase the women's payout, he brought tables, he brought risers, he brought platforms. He did all this. He didn't have to. Nathan is what this sport is about. He's a humble champion. He's gracious, both in victory and loss. I hope I can be the man he is and learn from him. Tara and Robert Terry, two of the most amazing people I have ever met in my life. They had their booth selling amazing muscle rubs, TNT muscle rub. They officiated. Robert busted his hump helping me set up. Robert was an inspiration. He weighed in at 225 pounds. He's like, no, that's not good enough. He went home. He ran 5.5 miles to drop 5 pounds to make weight. Then he stepped up in class, So there could be a class for others that wouldn't have had a class unless he stepped in and pulled. So big thank you to Robert and Tara Terry. ABQ Mod, thank you so much for your sponsorship as well. We had 79 entries. 79 entries of some great pulling. My personal favorite part of the entire event was watching the kids pull. Yeah, I'm a little favoritized towards them because my daughter and my son were pulling in it. But the kids are truly the future of this sport, and we have to promote it to them. We have to encourage them and keep them interested and energetic about it. But I'll tell you, if you go back and watch some of the videos posted of the kids' matches, you're going to see some pretty impressive matches. Nathan McCallan's daughter, the way she hits, get into position, wrist cocked back into that top roll was just so impressive to watch. Of course, I'm very proud of my daughter. She ended up taking first place in the kids' class, 6 to 9 year olds. So very happy overall with the kids' class. But the adults didn't disappoint, right? What about these super matches? Nathan McCallan versus Paul Passmore. Great match. Paul won 3-0. Paul is an absolute beast. He's a different level competitor. The intensity, the dedication that he brings to his training and to the sport, in my opinion, is unmatched. His wife, Candy, oh my God, this girl came in ready, jacked and ready to go. She took on Tara Terry, who put up a hell of a fight, but Candy ended up pulling it out 3-0. And that concluded our event for Friday night. Then we moved into Saturday. Everybody chipped in to lay out tables. Even Mikey Olivia's mother helped set up the event. This is what I love about the event. Everybody came together, got the venue ready. Then we started off with some good super matches. I have a lot to learn. I need better communication. There were some bumps in the road. Initially, my wife was supposed to pull Brittany Field, and because of miscommunication and misunderstanding, and she had some car problems, and I didn't think that she would make it on time, I bumped Brittany from the event. And then Candy Passmore stepped up to pull my wife in the first super match of the day. Great matchup. My wife ended up pulling it out, winning over Candy. Then, in my opinion, the super match of the day was Zach Pow and Drew Sanchez. It went all 5 rounds. It was back and forth. Either one of these guys could have made it. And they say styles make matches. Well, these guys matched up perfectly. It was an absolute war between the two of them, and I thank them both so much from coming from their respective areas of California all the way to Golden Valley, Arizona, to give us some amazing entertainment of arm wrestling. Thank you guys so much. Then, again, I screwed up. Like I said, I've learned a lot from this event. I had a 185-pound right-handed belt that I needed a match for, and Dave Nestor and John Bergeson stepped up and pulled that match just for the belt. Dave Nestor took it home. I misread a message, and unfortunately Zane and Dave didn't pull for the left-handed match. I take full responsibility, but to make it up to both of those guys, I'm going to bring the belt. We're going to set up a day. I'm going to bring the belt. I'm going to bring $200 cash and let those guys pull for the belt and the money. I take full responsibility for that. Zane was an absolute gentleman and accepting my apology. Again, I have no excuse other than I misread and misunderstood a message. Stephanie Spencer and Sarah Ray. Sarah Ray came all the way from Texas and she showed up. My God, this woman is an absolute powerhouse. Not taking nothing away from Stephanie. Stephanie is an absolute powerhouse, not just in the sport of arm wrestling, but powerlifting and strict curl. If any of you follow her, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't follow her, and you'll see some impressive lifts from this woman. But Sarah was just too much for her this past weekend, and Sarah took the belt. Then we had Kyle Souza and John Bergeson again stepped in. Keep in mind, John Bergeson is the owner of Mad Tuna and Epic Engineering. He stepped up so Kyle could have a match. Kyle ended up taking that match and taking the belt as well. Then we had our main event, the final match of the day, which was a true international match. We had James Wall, who flew all the way over from England, taking on Julian Smith from Pennsylvania by way of Utah. James just proved to be too much, too fast, too strong, and he won that match 3-0. All of our super matches paid $200 cash for the winner, except for the pop-up matches. And each super match winner got a championship belt. They got a handle from sportgrips.com, and they got some grips from Engage Grips. The Engage Grips went to the overall winners, but each champion got, let me get it for you, from sportsgrips.com, got this handle, $185 value. Each winner of their super match got one of these. Then we went on, like I said, we went on to the event. We started out with kids. The kids actually showed up. We had a lot of kids who showed up for the event. I was absolutely loving the intensity of these kids. We had ages 6 to 9, 10 to 12, and then 13 to 15. And we had a couple of kids in each class. So I was really happy with the turnout that we got from the kids. We didn't get a huge turnout for the trunk or treat, but it's our first year, so hopefully next year will be bigger. We had only 2 people, I believe, that did the Hellfire Wing Challenge. Neither of them completed it. I think they didn't even make it through 2 wings. The staff was just amazing. I can't say enough about the staff. Staff was truly amazing. They serviced us, made sure we got delicious, hot, ready to go food, drinks, cold drinks throughout the day. They were running their butts off, helping everybody out, making sure they got fed and got hydrated. Amateur class was a great class. Some really good matches there. Ben Freeman, Danny Medotis. Sorry if I said your name wrong, Danny. Then we went into the pro women. We didn't get any amateur women, but we went into the pro women. We combined the classes, so the women that showed up all had to pull in the same class. Right-handed, Sarah took it right and left. Stephanie took second, right and left. Candy Passmore took third, left. My wife, Autumn, took third, right. Then Sarah Ray went on to win the Queen of the Table overall. She got another $400. Paul Passmore went undefeated in his perspective class, and then went on and won the men's pro overall, taking home $1,200, plus a lot of goodies. Me personally, my favorite match of the day of mine was myself and Julius Blair. I first met Julius up in Springerville, Arizona, where we had an epic 2 matches left-handed. And we didn't disappoint this time. We had an epic match right hand and an epic match left hand, leaving at least me sore and back to the drawing board so I can hopefully do better and win next time. The announcing by Mikey, who came all the way out from Florida to do the brackets, and the announcing was top notch. He ran the event so smooth. Mike from Arizona, who was my other head ref, did a great job. I absolutely got zero complaints about the event. Everybody who came up and talked to me congratulated me on the event, told me how happy they were with the officiating, that the officials were fair, they were on point, and they did a great job. People complimented the setup, complimented the venue. Everybody that I spoke to, and I spoke to almost everyone, was totally pleased with the event. You know, we picked a bad day. First off, congratulations to Greg Sharp and WSA for having an amazing event. I heard a lot of good things about the event, and people went home with a ton of money and a lot of good stories. So, you know, we picked a bad day. Again, this is one of the things that I need to work on, is communication with other promoters, so that way, I don't step on another promotion or have conflicting tournaments. Next year, we're tentatively planning to put the event on November 14th. This puts us 2 weeks out from WSA, and it's a week after the Brezink Cup. We may push it a little bit further because we don't want to be right on top of the Brezink Cup. So it may be after Thanksgiving. We haven't decided yet. We got to take a look with all the different promotions and things that are going on. It's going to be impossible not to be close to another event, but we're going to do our best not to be on top of somebody else. A big thank you to my wife. Without her, this wouldn't have been possible. She's put up with all my mood swings, my grumpiness, my frustrations. Same with my kids, George and Meredith Cody. Thank you. I'm so proud of my son. He does not train for arm wrestling. He doesn't compete. But just so a young boy could have someone to compete with, he stepped into the event, did his best. I'm so proud that he did that. My daughter Meredith did the same thing. There was a little girl, Nathan McCallan's daughter. She's like 4 years old. Wanted to arm wrestle, so my daughter stepped in and did a little super match with her, you know, and let her take the win to make, you know, to keep her encouraged and keep her excited about the sport. And this is what's so awesome about this sport, is how we all come together and help each other. You know, the true people who love this sport and want to see this sport grow, you know, we come together. Back to my wife, you know, not only did she help me load the truck with everything I had to bring, she helped me unload the truck. She helped me set up the venue, you know, take care of the kids, chasing the kids around, competed in the event, and did very well. I'm very proud of her, and I'm so thankful that I had her this weekend, because I honestly don't think this weekend would have came together as well as it did if it weren't for her help and her support. Autumn Cody is amazing, even though sometimes I get loud and boisterous and can be a jerk. She's always by my side. She's my ride and die, and she's an amazing woman. And all praise to her for being there for me this weekend, as she always is. So with that, guys, like I said, we had a great event. There's some rough edges that need to be smoothed out, so there's not so confusing and complicated next year. I look forward to our next event, which I'm working on right now. I'm looking for a date in May. I've already secured a sponsor for this event. It's going to be an amateur/masters event. We're going to have 2 super matches, a men's super match and a women's super match. Not going to announce a cash payout yet because I'm still working on some things. But look for 98 American Southwest Arm Wrestling League's next event to be in May. It's going to be in California City, California, which is Central California, which is where I live. We're looking to have it the 3rd weekend of May, which is our little town's festival called Tortoise Days. But I want to make sure it coincides with the people that I want to come out to officiate. I want to make sure it doesn't conflict with any of them. And make sure I'm not stepping on anybody's toes as well. It'll be a great event. We'll have some awesome custom medals. more belts for the super matches, a cash payout for the super matches, and maybe a little bit of cash for the masters. Again, we're working it all out. And then after that, we're looking at possibility another event that's going to be in Redondo Beach, California. Then, of course, we'll have the 98 American Southwest Championships. We had a couple of people new to the sport come in, even compete. Eric Lynch, who came in and actually took second place, I believe. And then they started up their own little club, Golden Valley Armwrestling Club. So that is awesome. I'm so glad that we got some new people involved. Michael Armstrong, who actually started the group Golden Valley Armwrestling. So I'm really excited that some new people got interested and is going to start training for it. So with that, guys, again, thank you to everybody who came in. Ben Freeman, Tara and Robert Terry, Ryan Grondin, Mikey Olivia. I know I pronounced that wrong, Mikey, I'm sorry. John Bergeson, Holly Bergeson, Mark Lundgren and his entire family, and of course, Castle Rock Ranch LLC. If you guys are local to Golden Valley or you're driving through Highway 93, stop by at Castle Rock. Tell Kenny and Nicole I said hi and order yourself some great food. I recommend the country fried steak. Till next time, guys, I love you all. Peace, love, and hang loose. Take care.